Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. Welcome to the channel. My name is Steven. I'm only one half of This Is Our Next Adventure. The other half of the channel is at work, working his last shift before we go on a little vacation, work vacation, it's supposed to be. We are traveling to Cancun to go to Playa del Carmen. We own property there, and we're supposed to be closing on a second one. If you know anything about real estate in Mexico, closing dates aren't really closing dates. That's a whole other video. But anyway, we usually fly with, started with Air Transat, was about the cheapest. They were always great. And then it seemed like WestJet had cheaper flights, and so we flew with them for a while. And then SWOOP came along. I never really looked into SWOOP a whole lot because they only flew out of Hamilton. We're in Barrie, so we're only about an hour away from, less than an hour from Pearson Airport. So for this trip, I just happened to look into SWOOP, and so WestJet was, I think for both of us, almost the $1,500 mark, and that was booking. So let me see when I booked. I booked this on April 14th. I booked this 7 months ago, so quite a ways in advance. It seems like booking SWOOP farther out, you save money, where WestJet, when you book way ahead, WestJet, if you seem to wait, they get cheaper up until about 3 months before the flight, and then they start getting more expensive again. But SWOOP was super cheap. So we're going for 22 days, something like that. So we booked on April 14th for October 19th. The total that we paid, and I just found some interesting things looking through the receipts here. So there was an immigration fee for Mexico. My husband is Mexican, so he shouldn't have to pay an immigration fee, and I'm a temporary resident of Mexico, so I shouldn't have to pay the immigration fee either. There's also an air departure tax, and that is, I'm pretty sure, residents and citizens of Mexico should not have to pay that either. Then there's also a tourism tax. Well, we're not tourists, we're a citizen and a resident of Mexico, so the immigration fee was $19.24. The departure tax was $74.40. Tourism tax was $74.32. Air traveler security charge, everybody will have to pay that. Sales tax, of course. Airport improvement fee. So we got check bags. So this is round trip pricing. So $160. I bought Modify, which allows you to modify your date only of your flight. You can't change your departure airport or your arrival airport. You can only change your dates, and I actually did use that once. I extended the trip by 2 days. So I think that's a good thing to buy. It's pretty cheap, $20 for the whole trip to be able to change your dates. I don't know who wouldn't buy that. So we're taking check bags, $160. We used a coupon code. Oh, it was for Easter. So there was a coupon code Go Bunny that saved us $87. That's probably, I was getting their emails, and that's probably why I looked into them, because I forget what percentage it was, like 20% or something. So anyway, so all the way down to the bottom. So round trip from Toronto to Cancun and back with tax and the whole enchilada, like Mexico, $788.82 for 2 people. So with bags and everything, $394 each. Bags, tax, everything, round trip per person. That's pretty crazy. You're not going to get many flights that cheap anymore. Booking, I think it was before I booked. I didn't know much about SWOOP, so the first thing I did was check for a Facebook group, and the only one that I could find was called Fly SWOOP Not. So there was no Facebook page for somewhere you could go to see the good and the bad of Swoop. So I did join Fly Swoop, but I soon found out that it was just a page for people that have had problems with Swoop, and they like to complain about the problems they've had. And as soon as anyone posts anything positive or comments positive that, you know, they didn't have a problem or something, they just got attacked like feral cats. So, and it was pretty nasty. So there was no, it seemed like administration of the group just let anything go. So it was pretty nasty. So I thought, well, I'm gonna start another Facebook group. So I did, called SWOOP Airlines, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's over 2,000 members already. I allow the good, the bad. I don't let people attack other people because they had a good experience. That's, you know, but I let people, you know, post their experiences, and for the most part, it's pretty positive. I actually tracked their flights for a couple months on a website called airportopia.com. I think it was for August, and that was the, you know, the real busy season when everybody was struggling. Every airline was struggling. But in the few weeks that I tracked all of their flights, their cancellation rate was under 3%. So when you went to the Facebook page Fly Swoop Not, it made it look like 75% of the flights were canceled, when really, in reality, their cancellation rate is pretty low. I don't know what the other airlines are, but 2-3% in the busiest time when the airports were all falling apart, and, you know, you saw the chaos on the news in the airports. I thought 2 or 3% cancellation was pretty decent. This morning I got an email. We're leaving this Wednesday. I'm recording this on Sunday, October 16th. I got an email this morning. You are leaving in 3 days. Hi Steven, your flight is less than 72 hours away. So it just has my flight time. So my original flight time was, because it has been changed, so originally we were supposed to depart at 2:10 p.m. from Toronto, arriving Cancun 5:15. The change, it went to 12:40 p.m. so only an hour something. I wanted to leave a little later. I don't like getting up at stupid o'clock to go to the airport. But then it changed again. So our new time is 7:30 a.m., which means we have to get up at stupid o'clock to go to the airport. We're actually getting picked up by our shuttle at 2 a.m. So we should be at the airport by 3. Flight leaves at 7:30. Let's hope it's lots of time. The 72-hour email, you know, choose where you want to sit. We've already done that, so that was included in our price as well. Seat selection. Add your carry-on and check bags if you want. View your itinerary. Download your boarding pass. And that's it. So we're less than 72 hours out, flying with Swoop for the first time. So I'll pick you guys back up Wednesday morning when we get to the airport probably, and we'll see how it goes. Good morning from Pearson International at 3 a.m. 3:30 a.m. Trying to find Swoop. I got the hubby with me. Good morning.
Good morning. It's too early,
Early. Pretty quiet. Most airlines aren't even checking people in yet. We might have went the wrong way. I see Sunwing. Not sure where Swoop is. Never flown them before. We usually use the self check-in with WestJet. But Swoop, I think you have to go to the counter. Check-in is open. Time to drop our bags so we can go get some Timmy's or something for breakfast. You need coffee? Someone's sleepy? So far, so good. Check-in was flawless. Security was flawless.
Yeah, but because I'm carrying my crochet hook, and I think they saw like two eyes. So it was like, oh, they can take my hook, but no, they didn't.
Don't stab anybody on the plane.
How with my crochet hook?
Now it's time for the essentials at Tim Hortons. This lineup's longer than security. Good morning from sunny and warm Playa del Carmen. Flight yesterday from Toronto to Cancun. No issues except the 30-minute delay. We knew about that the night before. We got an email around 7 or 8 o'clock the night before saying there was a 30-minute delay. Didn't say why. When we got on the plane the next morning, it was a flight rest issue. So somebody got in late the night before, and they had to do their mandatory 8 hours rest. So yeah, that was it. Pretty uneventful, good flight. Crew was good. Luggage took a while in Cancun, but that's a regular thing since the pandemic started. Took about almost an hour. So that's not a Swoop thing. That's a Cancun airport thing. I'm assuming they're short staffed. So yeah, that's about it. Pretty uneventful. We'll get back to you on the return trip to Toronto in 2 or 3 weeks.
Recuerde, no está permitido el acceso por líquidos o geles en envases mayores a 3.4 onzas o 100 mililitros a partir del equipo de seguridad.
Remember, access is not permitted with liquids or gels.
Stop doing your hair. Good morning from Cancun International Airport. We just checked in for our return flight home. Everything is fine. He was all worried about flying Swoop. And yes, you were like, oh, we're not gonna make it. I don't know about flying this. Who is this Swoop? Everything was fine, yes. The flight from Toronto to Cancun was fine. Check-in was fine in Toronto. The flight was fine. Check-in was fine in here in Cancun. And now we're just chilling. Our inbound flight is on its way from Toronto.
Went to the wrong hole.
He's choking on his coffee. So that's it. We'll touch base with you in Toronto and tell you if there was any disaster on the way. back in Toronto.
See.
No problem, on time, both flights, all good. That's it. Have a fun time flying SWOOP Airlines.
Bye.
Adios. Adios.